Hi, David, they call me MacGyver. Today I'm going to show you how to change out the receptacle for a range top. And almost every range is universal on the way it is snapped in. So you can use this kit for a multitude of different manufacturers of ranges. This one happens to be a Whirlpool, but they're all pretty much the same. And it comes with two separate different clips for the different types of styles. And it has the wire nuts, it's got the shrink tube, and the Bakelite housing, two wires with the connectors on the ends, and you can just cut your wires and wire nut them and then shrink tube, and I'll show you how that's done. So hang tight and we'll get started. So here's my Whirlpool range, and the right front burner quit working, and so I ordered a kit to replace the receptacle. And here's how you pull it apart. The burners just slide out, they're in clips, and then you pull out the heat tray there, and there's it's not in there really tight. It's because this is a pretty old range, but this right front one had just completely disintegrated and fell apart on the receptacle. And so I was able to get a universal kit, and I'll leave a link in the description where you can get those, and they'll work on just about any range. You take these 4 screws out. Now, if your range is different, of course, you may have to take it apart differently, but this is pretty much basic on the receptacles. They're pretty much the same on all range tops, so I would suggest you look at it before you order it, but you can see how they're designed and what the clips are like. And the kit does come with 2 separate clips because they mount on the range tops in two different ways, but the clips themselves are actually the same. It's just the little clip. One is bent over where the screw comes down through the top and holds it. And then after you get those out, you can pull the range top away from the wall. Yeah, you can see that it was pretty well toasted. It's made out of Bakelite, and the connector itself actually completely arced, and a piece of it fell off, and then it burnt the Bakelite. And you can get these kits, and it comes complete with the 2 wires, the wire nuts, the shrink tube, and the Bakelite housing. And like I said, 2 different style clips. And I'm going to go ahead and replace the clip on my range top just because it's old and the metal isn't as springy as it used to be. And I will get that replaced on there. I'm just checking it right there to make sure I got the right one, and I do. So now I will put it down, and then there's a screw inside the burner housing there where you take that out, and it allows that clip to be released. Just a little Phillips screw. Pretty simple to replace, and you just grab your new clip and it will go into that same location, and then you'll run the screw back down through it to hold it in there, and then we'll flip this range top back up, and I'll show you how to connect all the wires and put it together. So this just on this particular one, it just slides over that little tab, and then the screw holds it back down. So I'll just run that screw back in, and now we're ready to flip it back up and go back underneath the bottom and work on it again. So these wires have been baked for 15 years at least. You can see that was totally disintegrated. That Bakelite just fell apart. So what I did here is I actually wanted to see how the little connectors clipped into this housing. So I ended up, you have to pull the wires off and stuff, or take the tape off, and it's just as hard as can be. It's pretty well toasted, but I cut the tape off and got that loose so that I could pull back a little bit of the wire and clip it so that I can clean it. So there I'm looking at another burner just to see how the clip is clipped in there so that I be sure I get the connector in the correct way. And if you'll look into your receptacle of another burner, you can see which direction that clip goes in there. the open part of the clip actually faces to the inside, and then there's a little prong in there that grabs them and holds them. So I just snap that back in. Just wanted to make sure I put them in the right way. And now I've got the 2 pigtails ready to go. And then I will take the 2 wires off of the old receptacle, and I will cut those, and want to get back a little bit because the wire was pretty stiff and brittle up towards the receptacle, and that'll give me a little bit better wire to work with. I think these are 16 gauge, that's what they seem to be, but I think because it's been baked on there so hard, it's just not coming off very well. So I didn't want to cut any of the wires inside that insulation, so I didn't go with anything smaller. And then I have a little pair of Leatherman tool that I just kind of cleaned it up, got that burnt stiff insulation off the outside of that. Then I twisted the wires so they're nice and clean. And then I went to the next wire, did the same thing. Hopefully your range isn't going to be quite as old as this one, but if it is, this is how you do it. So again, I've got to get that insulation off, twist the wire so all the wires are inside, and then I make sure I put my shrink tube on the wire first, twist the 2 wires together from the new lead, put your wire nut on there and get it on nice and snug, and then check to make sure that the wires don't fall out. And then I bend it so that the new wire is the one that's actually bending, because that old wire is, the insulation on it is pretty stiff. And then I slid the insulation over the top of the wire nut, and then we'll use a heat gun here pretty quick, and we'll shrink tube that over the top of that connection. Again, I'm bending the new lead part, so it's the one that's bending, not the old one. And then I get my heat gun, and I'll shrink that up. And the shrink tube is a little bit too big around to shrink up tight around the wire. And I didn't want to keep heating it because that can actually cause the shrink tube to crack. So I just wanted it shrunk good around that wire nut, and then I'll get some electrical tape and tape that just to make sure it's nice and tight. And then you snap that into that receptacle, and we'll take the electrical tape. Oh man, yeah, see, that was just completely disintegrated. We'll take the electrical tape and we'll wrap around the connections where I had it. And I'll tape completely over all the wire nuts and up on the wire so that there's no way that that's going to come loose. Get some good wraps on there. And then I had taken a couple other wire or tape off in order to get that other receptacle off, and I just wanted to tape it back up. And then there was another piece here that I can see there was tape on it, but it just toasted and fell off there, so I'm putting new tape on there. After you get all that done, we'll clean up some of this mess in here, a damp paper towel and then a dry paper towel, and just clean up some of that ashes and stuff that have fallen in there over the years. And then we'll drop that panel back down. And there's how it snaps into that receptacle. I just wanted to show you that. So you just make sure that your 4 screws are lined up and run those 4 screws back in. And then we'll put our burner trays in there, and then the burner element. And there's a clip on the back side of that as you put it down in there, that it flows. You've got the plug in the front, but then there's a clip in the back, and you want to make sure that snaps into those. And then this is a little bit tight, so I sprung it open a little bit so that when I put that tray in there and go to push the burner in, it will actually slide into those receptacles. And we're good to go. I'm going out to turn the power back on. Oh, and I should, I guess, mention that in the beginning. You should make sure you always turn your power off, but testing it and it's getting warm, so we're good to go. Again, that was the old receptacle, and then there's the bag for the new receptacle, and I'll put a link in that description for you so you can pick that up if you'd like. And that's it. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching. Hope that was some good information for you. And I'll leave a link in the description where you can get that receptacle. And they're under $8 for the receptacle complete kit. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, if you'll click the subscribe and then click the bell icon, then every time I come out with a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks a lot. You have a great day.